Hey nerds, what's up? Today's video is the Cozy Tropes Challenge, which is the video challenge that I am hosting for vaLITines. If you're interested in participating and having a chance at our giveaway, then make sure to do this challenge yourself. Take the link, put it in the comments down below. If it doesn't show up right away, it's okay because I have to go in and approve links. So if you post it and then it disappears, don't worry, I will be going in and doing that. So yeah, that's how you can enter to win. For my challenge, you have a chance to win Steal the Sky by Maggie O'Keefe. We're working with the publisher to give away all of these books for the different challenges. Make sure to head over to Kate from Chapter Kate's channel and she'll have listed all of the video challenges and everything in her video for vaLITines. I'll link it up above here. But yeah, so you have the chance to win a bunch of different books this month, but for mine you have a chance to win Steal the Sky by Maggie O'Keefe, and I'm gonna read you the synopsis because it's a heist book and I'm gonna get the names wrong if I try to do it myself. So Dayton, a wanted conman of noble birth and ignoble tongue, has found himself in the oasis city of Aranza. He and his trusted companion Tibbs may have pulled off one too many cons against the city's elite and need to make a quick escape. They set their sights on their biggest heist yet, the gorgeous airship of the exiled Commodore Thracia. But in the middle of his scheme, a face changer known as Doppel starts murdering key members of Aranza's government. The sudden paranoia makes Deaton's plans of stealing Thracia's ship that much harder, and with this sudden power vacuum, Thracia can solidify her power and wreak havoc against the Empire. But the Doppel isn't working for Thracia and has her own intentions. Did Dayton accidentally walk into a revolution and a crusade? He has to be careful. There's a reason most people think he's dead, and if his dangerous secret gets revealed, he has a lot more to worry about than a stolen airship. Love the Doppel idea. It makes me think of, I know they're not doppelgangers, but they kind of are. It makes me think of, what is that show called? Orphan Black. Ooh, that actress. Love her. Okay. So that's what you have a chance to win if you want to participate. Again, all you have to do is make a Cozy Tropes challenge and then link the video down in the comments down below, and that will enter you into winning the chance to have that book. Steal the Sky. Okay, so let's get into this. So Cozy Tropes are essentially tropes that you like, in this case that I like, that make me all fuzzy inside and feel cozy. So I have a few that I want to talk about, and I'll give some examples of books that have this trope in it. Also, I'm using the word trope very lightly, like just themes, I guess. The first one is books that have two people who believe that the other person doesn't like them. So I'm actually reading A Court of Mist and Fury right now. Where is it? A Court of Mist and Fury is an example of this, but also bonus if you get both of the perspectives of the two people who are both in love with each other and don't know about it. Drives me crazy, but I love it. In this book, that is not the case. We only get the one perspective, but Feyre is convinced that Rhys is not in love with her, but okay. So I love that. I love it. This is the only book that I could think of off the top of my head that has that trope in it, but I'm sure there's a million and one more. Even Love, Simon kind of has it. Obviously in Love, Simon, they don't know who each other are in real life, but they both know that they like each other via email, but they don't know that they don't know who each other are at the school. So things like that. Yes, into it. Also really love a book that actually has friendship in it, and not friendship that turns into lovers, although I do really like that too, but just straight up friendship. Just give me some people that like each other. And especially if it's female friendship that's actually good female friendship, just please that. I want that. A perfect example of that, which this book's going to come up quite a few times just because I had it on the top of my head when I was thinking about these tropes, is 10 Blind Dates. In this case, our female friendship that's in this is actually two cousins, but they're also friends, and I just really love it, especially childhood best friends that don't turn into hating each other. I live for that shit. And again, Female friendships that actually are female friendships. Another good one is Smash It by Francina Simone. That book has 3 girl friends who just support each other, love each other, do the best for each other. Another one is Moxie by Jennifer Matu. Female friendships, my dude, that don't cause drama. I'm not into that. Some other friendships that I really, really love include in From Blood and Ash, Poppy and her, it's technically like her like servant, handmaid or something, but like they clearly also care so deeply for each other. That one is included. And then I know that we hate the author because we do, but Harry and Hermione's friendship I've always really admired, especially between a male and a female, that there's never a question of the fact that they are just true friends. And I actually really love, one of my favorite scenes is actually in the movies, not the book, and it's during the time frame when Ron leaves in the last book, movie, whatever, when they have the dancing scene between Harry and Hermione. That part gives me such heart. My heart is so full watching that. I love it so much. They're so amazing. I love them. I just love seeing that is like possible. Okay, moving on. I'm also obsessed with any book that has any sort of stage performance in it, or not even a performance, but like rehearsals. So some good examples of this include Sparrow. This book is about a girl who's doing ballet, very, very like near professional. She is in high school. And yeah, she's like rehearsing all the time. And it's just all of those scenes are so cute. This book does have huge trigger warnings for physical and emotional relationship abuse. That is what this book is about. So please, like, make sure you're aware of that if you haven't read it yet and you want to get into it. But I absolutely love this book, and it has all of these dancing scenes. Another book with rehearsals and stuff in it is, again, Francina Simone's Smash It. They're doing a play, and I think it is a musical. It's like taking a Shakespeare story, can't remember which one, Othello, and then turning it into a musical, like a rap musical, which was weird. But people do that. I like went to an art school when I was in high school, and we were all my school is very traditionalist. Like, we did not fuck with things like that. So, but then we also did The Wizard of Oz and we did The Wiz. But like, we didn't rewrite anything, but we would do things like that. Next trope that I really, really love is not really a trope at all, but it's like a style, and it's just that lyrical writing where it feels like music when you're reading it. Like Laini Taylor does it in all of her series, but especially in Strange the Dreamer. And Erin Morgenstern is another author that in at least The Night Circus, because that's all I've read from her, it feels like that. But any of that, even Addie LaRue, this was the first of V.E. Schwab's books that felt like this, but I feel like it has that same cadence. It's like reading music. It's so beautiful. Love that. Last trope that I wanted to talk about was stories that have 2 seemingly unrelated stories converging or beginning a novel with the climax out of context, and then it takes so long to get there that you kind of forget that that's like where the book started. A book that's like that is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. A little paragraph. Late one evening towards the end of March, a teenager picked up a double-barreled shotgun, walked into the forest, put the gun to someone else's forehead, and pulled the trigger. This is the story of how we got there. Love a book like that. And the other part of this is like 2 seemingly unrelated stories converging at some point in the novel. So books like Seas of Snow by Karenza Jennings has that. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo has that, where we're following this reporter that gets randomly chosen to do Evelyn Hugo's first ever biography, and we don't really understand why she would have been chosen, because she's like not super seasoned or anything. And then we follow, for the most part, we just follow Evelyn Hugo telling her story, and it's not really all that important of why she randomly chose this lady to do her biography. Into it. And another one is We Were Liars. In We Were Liars, we follow a girl who hasn't been to the island that her family always goes to every, I believe, summer. She always goes with her friends, and I think it's a cousin, and they haven't been for years, and now they're going back for the first time, and she doesn't really remember why they stopped. So good. So yeah, so those are some tropes or some styles of writing that I just, you do it and I read it. You do that and I love it. It will be a favorite. I will enjoy. Yes. And then just like a random one that popped into my head right now that's like an extra is any sort of retelling. So like I was a huge fan of anything Percy Jackson, like Rick Riordan. I don't read him so much anymore just because as I get older, the less I like his writing style, only because like he writes for middle grades and I'm no longer a middle grade reader. And I continue to grow out of it. And not everyone does that. Obviously, if you're an adult and you like middle grade, like, I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you're reading. But for me, I just don't like that writing style much anymore. But yeah, Rick Riordan was a great one. Anything like, obviously, A Court of Thorns and Roses is like the slightest hint of a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And like, I love that. So like anything that has like that kind of hint, I'm very excited, for example, for Aiden Thomas's book that comes out this year, Into the Neverwood, I think, and it's a Peter Pan retelling, and the only thing you can tell that it's Peter Pan is the names of the characters and the name of the book, like, vaguely gives you the Peter Pan feeling, but I don't know how much it'll be once I read it, but yeah, so that's another trope that I really love that I just thought of. Yes, okay. So those are all of the tropes that I wanted to talk about during the Cozy Tropes Challenge. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're interested in winning a copy of Steal the Sky by Maggie O'Keefe, please make sure to link your Cozy Tropes video down in the comments below. And I can't wait to watch some of your guys' Cozy Tropes. I love tropes. Please tell me which ones you like. And you have until the end of the month to post a link. So until February 28th, please feel free to link it down below. You have almost 3 weeks, I think. So take your time, make that video, think of your ideas, put them in the comments, and yeah, and then we'll pick. And it'll just be a random winner. So we'll take all of the comments and put them into some random generator, and that's how we'll pick the winner. So it's not about like how amazing your video is. It's about doing it. Yay! Okay. All right. So that's everything. I hope you guys are having a great vaLITines. The vaLITines is lasting from the beginning of February to the end of February. If you're interested in watching my TBR for that, you can check it out up above. I'll link that too. And yeah, I make videos every Saturday and Monday, so I'll see you guys very soon with a new one. Peace out. Bye.